a near-death experience. I do now believe in God.
As yourself?
What I would like to do is have it compulsory for people like the police, etc., to have a trip.
Right, hello. After a few issues there, we finally managed to get back to doing something, which the something is Near Futurist TV. I am obviously your host, Derek Anthony Williams, aka The Futurist. Coming up in a short while, we'll have a bit of Sheep on Drugs, with interview and a bit of their music as well. So without further ado, I shall get a bit of promotion done for what's currently my next gig, and that's with Kristeen Young in Gateshead. So that's something that is not to be missed, because this is what Kristeen Young I don't really know what sort of music you would call that, but I think that is absolutely incredibly exciting. I've never really known anything quite like that. It's utterly unique. Gateshead on the 29th of September. Sheffield on the 1st of October. There might be a date in Edinburgh coming up in between those. We're working on it, but it's proving very difficult. Certain people being very awkward in their communications. But anyway, and that's not Kristeen. Kristeen totally fine. Anyway, you can see the dates that we've got there. They're over there. You see them? They're over there. Yes, I'm sure you get the idea. Right, yes. Anyway, let's have a bit of Sheep on Drugs, and we'll get on to an interview with them after that. So Sheep on Drugs, up on the Downbeat. So let's have that then.
Downbeat. I go past the butt when things start to suck. I go cluck, cluck, cluck when my goose is cut. Broncos are butt. I'm no sitting duck on the cattle truck. I get on down and I get on up. I don't need no clown and I ain't no cup. I don't feel down and I don't feel stuck. Just take a look. I'm as cool as fuck. And my lady friend is Lady Luck. I won't come unstuck if I don't get hot, cause I got no truck with the drugs I took. What luck? Up on the Downbeat. 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 Up on the Downbeat. Up on the Downbeat. Up on the Downbeat. Downbeat, on the Downbeat. On the Downbeat, on the Downbeat. Fuck on the Downbeat. Suck on the Downbeat. Start to suck. I go cluck, cluck, cluck when my goose is cut. Crunchy duck, broncos are butt, and the sitting duck on the cattle truck. I get on down and I get on up. I don't need no clown and I ain't no rook. Where I run up, I don't feel down and I don't feel stuck. Just take a look. I'm as cool as fuck. And my lady friend is Lady Luck. Won't come unstuck if I don't get hot, cause I got no truck with the drugs I took. What luck? Up on the Downbeat. Up on the Downbeat.
Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. See, we're rocking the same colour hair today, it seems.
Well, mine's yellow. Yours is sort of more orangey, is this?
Well, it's kind of yellow. It looks about the same on my screen. Anyway. It is, of course, in part tribute to you, of course. I just happen to have this colour hair spray around, so I thought, good time to use it. Anyway, so we're here to talk Sheep on Drugs. Thank you for joining me, first of all. And so, firstly, how's it been the sort of transition to sort of doing it solo for a while? How you adjusted things to that?
Well, I've never actually done it solo before, performed live, but it's actually went really well. It's never been better, in fact, I think. Because I'm doing it myself, I don't have to rely on anyone else. And after Johnny left the band, like in March, I believe that was, just leaving me with like 24 hours notice. So I had to go up to Scotland, which was a nightmare, but managed to pull it off, and people like it. So
yeah, I mean, I've often done gigs solo myself, so I know it's useful to be able to do that. Are you looking to recruit some new members, you've said?
Well, what I'm going to do, because it went so well individually, or me by myself, I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to keep it as a solo project until I can afford to pay musicians, like session musicians. That way, I don't have any, I don't have to make it. I don't have to compromise in any way. I can just make it.
It's totally your thing that way. It's stating that you're definitely in charge. It's not like a collaborative thing. It's definitely your vision then.
Yeah, So because before, I basically, I was doing the last album we did, Does Dark Matter, was a collaboration with me and Johnny. She wrote quite a portion of the words. I mean, we collaborated. I wrote most of the music. She wrote most of the words with some collaboration. But that was back in, I think, 2019. I think we finished that. And since then, we haven't actually didn't do any work together. And I was waiting for her because I have always had a slight hiccup with writing the words. I thought that was the most difficult bit. And back in the day, Duncan used to write the words. So, but after Johnny left, before she left the band, I made a breakthrough, and I suddenly could. Always been able to pluck the tunes out of the air, but suddenly I could pluck the words out of the air as well. So I could do the whole thing, which was handy because Johnny had been busy sort of otherwise with various things. So she hadn't done any writing anyway. So we needed.
Yeah, so in a way it's sort of almost been a natural transition to being a solo act in that regard then.
Yeah, yes, I had no choice,
Yeah, but
if I'd had a choice, but I'm so glad she made that choice because it's made my job a hell of a lot easier, and especially now I can write the words and the music. I'm unstoppable now, so which is great. Feels great.
So that leads us on to the new album, which you say is your best, definitely.
It's as good for sure as Greatest Hits, our debut album. Yes, I'm really pleased with it. It's the first time I've worked with my new collaborator, Christabel Christo, who's been, she's basically, she came out of the blue, suggested it, that maybe we write a track together. And, sort of, have you got half a track left over or whatever? and we'll see what happens. And I did, fortunately, I had something left over from the last album, just sent it to her, the instrumental. She put some overdubs on it, brought it back. I put the words on it. She sent it back to her, then she mixed it. And so that's how we've been working. And we wrote the first album, well, it's kind of written in most of it in about 3 months, basically. And I've also written the words for the next album too, and possibly most of the music as well.
So really probably entering into a sort of even more prolific phase for Sheep on Drugs then.
Indeed. There's a trilogy. It's basically a trilogy, this set of albums. Like the first one's written already. That one's going to be called The New Messiah. I'm not sure of the titles of the next two, but as I say, most of the words, and well, all the words, and probably quite a bit of the music's already been written for album number 2, which will be released hopefully a week in September, the second album, and I hope to release the first one in September this year. So hopefully next month, with a bit of luck.
So is there some thematic link between the various tracks on the new album, New Messiah, then?
It's basically well, it's called New Messiah, and it's about me, because I'm basically going to start or have in the process of starting a cult of not it's not, I'm not into organised religion at all, and think it is most of it's a load of bollocks, because but I used to be a Zen Buddhist until about March. Then I had what we call a spiritual experience, basically, informing me that I'm the new Messiah.
I mean, that's fair enough then. So is that why you fell out with Buddhism then? Because you realised that you were the one who should really be getting all the attention, never mind all this Buddha and that sort of thing?
Well, it wasn't, because I mean, Zen Buddhism doesn't even believe, it says don't concern yourself whether there's God or not. It's just about right doing and right thinking, which is what I've been practicing for, as long as I can remember. So it doesn't actually depend on belief in God, but exactly. Personally, I do. I don't believe in any religion, any organised religion, but I do believe in disorganised religion, i.e., everybody knows inside what's good and what's bad. Everybody instinctively knows that, so they don't need to be told. They just need to listen to themselves and stop being so selfish, basically.
So why do you think that, if everyone knows this, why do you think people choose to be bad then, when they must know perfectly well that they are being?
Because it's easy and it's beneficial to them. Because most of Western society, especially America, is totally centered around money. And although money is important, obviously it's very important if you haven't got any, it's not the be all and end all of life. Love is, money is not. And also this idea that you should collect more things, so you got more stuff than you were born with, which I believe is the wrong ideal. I think that capitalism is completely wrong. And that's what's raping the world and fucking the world up with the climate, etc. Because everybody's greedy and they want the next thing, that somebody else has got. They want the next car, the next video game, or the next TV. They want more than the man next door or the woman next door, because that's what capitalism is about. That's what they've been taught. I mean, I was brought up as a capitalist. Most people in the Western world are. But I realise that is what is partly responsible for the destruction of the planet, like everybody wanting more and more stuff.
Yes, I know the acquisition of stuff is definitely something which does drive a lot of negative things. So with the new album, how many tracks are we looking at on it?
10 tracks.
10 tracks, a good number of tracks, that?
Yes, it's a good number because it fits on an album on the vinyl quite nicely.
Yeah, so around the 40 to 45 minutes area of length. So what subjects are we looking at you covering on the new album then?
Drugs, obviously, covering drugs.
And any sheep on said drugs? I mean, is that covered at all?
Well, the sheep are the audience.
Yes.
I'm the shepherd, and so yes, it's there are sheep. No actual recording of physical animal sheep, but I do a good impression of one at the end of the album.
That sounds like something that we need to be looking out for as well. So what's the? Can you give us all the track titles from it, and in particular tell us about the one that you sent to me then?
Okay, yes, that one, Conversion, is about. It's basically saying about my new disorganized religion, basically.
So it's about converting people to your new disorganized religion.
That's correct, yes. That's why it's called Conversion, yes, yeah.
So basically it's going to be an album of brainwashing everyone to follow your disorganized religion.
Yeah, I don't like the word brainwashing. Education.
Education, obviously, re-education, I think. Yes.
Education, yes, exactly.
Yes, to just improve everyone's lives, obviously.
Yes, to make the world into a much nicer place. Because if everybody was just a little less selfish and looked out for other people, and also told the truth more, the world would be wonderful, much better for everyone. Not just me, but for everyone.
For everyone, obviously, if we're all nice to each other, that's definitely making the world a better place, surely. So, what other tracks have we got, and what sort of things are we talking about on those?
Okay, we've got. I'll give you a list of the titles. One's called "The Sound of Falling Down," which is about. Taking about a failed relationship and about heroin, I guess, as part of that failed relationship. So I'm talking about a relationship that broke my heart, but and about the role heroin had to play in that breakup, etc. So that's the sound of falling down. Falling down being taking heroin,
Of course.
Which I got that little line from Lou Reed and Velvet Underground. He refers to falling as taking heroin in a couple of tracks.
I wonder if that's at all meant to be referenced in the Twin Peaks theme, falling.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, never know. I never thought of that. I'd not heard of it until now, this sort of idea of falling as getting into heroin. So
Yes, indeed. So that's that one. What else have we got? We've got Up on the Downbeat, which is kind of a self-explanatory way.
I think I just played that actually.
Yeah, Up on the Downbeat.
Yeah, I just played that video from Alice's Wicked Tea Party.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Which I was at the next day. Would have liked to have been there on the same day as you, but sadly not.
So we
following in your footsteps.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Which I really enjoyed. That it's a shame the video wasn't better on that the Alice's Tea Party, but there you go. I mean, that's the problem with people videoing stuff.
Yeah, it is.
The microphone needs to be in a different place than the camera. But
yeah, you just got to make do with what you can. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. So so Up on the Downbeat's self-explanatory, you feel?
Yes, and then we've got Tortured in Portugal, which is about it's a bit about Brexit and how it's fucked us up in a way. We're all poorer because of it, especially musicians.
Definitely a lot harder for us now.
Yeah, touring has become a lot difficult, more difficult around Europe. But and also it's about their drug laws in Portugal, because I don't know if you know, but they don't. There's no law for possession of drugs. You can have up to, I think, a gram of heroin, or a good amount of any drug, crystal meth, whatever your favorite is, whatever. You can have a decent amount. They obviously, if you get caught with it, they take it off you, but they don't give you a criminal record.
Yeah, there's no criminalisation of drugs.
That's correct.
I believe it's working out pretty well from them, from what I've heard.
Well, it's a complete success, and yet it's all being kept stum, keep it quiet in case everybody wants it, which I do. And I think that the criminalisation of drugs causes more problems than it solves.
I think you may be right in that. I've heard quite a lot of interesting analyses about that. So what else have we got?
We've got, so Portugal, we've got NDE, near-death experience, which was about me going to Johnny's birthday party, actually. I think it was a couple of years ago, or maybe last year. And it was about me almost dying, actually, leaving the party, but almost dying by, because I didn't have anywhere to chop out a line of ketamine. I stuck the straw in the bag and foolishly, slightly by mistake, snorted more than half a gram of K, which obviously knocked me out a bit. And going home on the tube with my friends, and I saw a shaky video of it. If my friend hadn't broken my fall, I would be dead, because I was falling backwards down a flight of stairs in the tube, and falling backwards, my head was going to hit that bottom step really hard. Fortunately, he saved my life. So, and that's the story of that's what that one's about. That's NDE. What else have we got? NDE. There's one more on that side, which I can't quite remember at the moment. And then we got on the beginning side too, there's Conversion, which I've sent you a copy of.
We'll be playing shortly.
Yeah. Then after Conversion, it's this might be in a slightly wrong order. There's New Messiah, the title track of the album.
That must be about you then.
Yes, that's about me, and my new job, basically. And what else is there? There's Green Tea, which is about the effects of this chemical in green tea, which protects your bladder. So in case anybody's getting problems by taking ketamine and damaging their bladder in any way, if they drink green tea, it negates any damage caused to your bladder and enables you to take ketamine all the more.
Or not take ketamine and then there's no risk of it. I mean, that's another option. But,
exactly. I'm not advocating drugs.
No, it is
myself, but no, I'm not for other people, because drugs have varies the effect on everyone. So I'm not. And some people might die from a small amount of drugs. So I'm not advocating people take drugs. What I would like to do is have it compulsory for people like the police, etc., to have a trip of some kind, because I believe that, just like the hippies did back in the 60s, Timothy Leary, etc., tried to get everybody to take acid as the trip because they wanted to change the world for the better, i.e. by shrinking everybody's ego a bit and helping them be more empathetic. They failed at that.
But the police are already on a trip, a power trip. Yes. I'm here all week, try the fish.
Thankfully, there are some all right police, which I've encountered, not all of them. But I believe that if, for example, that was part of their training, they had, it's like, because they're going to encounter people that are tripping and out of their heads, they should experience that so that they know what it's like and how to deal with people like that. So I would include taking some acid or something like that in the basic police training.
It could possibly help them understand things a little bit better. So what we got coming up gig-wise for Sheep on Drugs then?
We've got the next gig is headlining V2A Festival on the 8th of, or headlining one night on the Friday, because it's a 3-day festival. So we're headlining on the Friday, which V2A Festival somewhere in Worcester.
Yes, it's a post-apocalyptic festival organised by the band V2A.
Post-apocalyptic festival, yeah. Maybe the apocalypse will happen as it's going.
That might be interesting. Might spice things up a little bit anyway. And when's the new album out then?
The album, I'm hoping. I mean, I've got to speak with Christabel about exact timing, but I'm hoping it'll be out within the next month. If not the whole album, I certainly want a single out or an EP. Because September's the ideal time to release a record, because there's all these new students with fat bank accounts and no financial sense at all, so they can come to our gig at the beginning of term and spend their money on Sheep on Drugs.
I mean, that sounds like a definite plan for the future, but that sounds a bit capitalistic though. I mean,
if I'm going to change the world,
you might as well get rich doing it.
Well, no, it's not about me.
No. We need money to enact the ideas, I'm sure.
Exactly. How can I give everybody a trip if I can't afford to buy it,
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we'll leave it there, and I'll play your conversion track. And thanks so much for spending a bit of time and putting up with some of the unfortunate tech difficulties that we had leading up to this.
Well, that's another thing that's a problem. Technology doesn't bloody work properly.
Yeah, definitely.
If we all relied on it, which we're all starting to, one, what's it called, electromagnetic pulse, and everything will be fucked.
All we need is another coronal mass ejection from the sun, and we're all history. All right. Well, I'll let you get on with the rest of your evening. Thanks a lot for spending a bit of time with me, and good luck with the forthcoming gigs and forthcoming album then.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye for now.
Let me introduce myself. The name's Dastardly. So I'm the new Messiah. On your knees, let us pray. Amen to that cat, or is it Ket for the trance effect? Have I got your respect yet? Or should I call a vet pet? Vets have Ket. Do you get what I mean? Do you understand me? Am I clear? Enough respect at the altar of dance, in a psychedelic trance. Let us pray the Laudanum's prayer. Our Father, who is art in heaven, harrowed by the same. For thine is the dinkum, the powder, not the Tory, forever and ever. Amen. On your knees, Let us pray. Amen to that cat, or is it ket for the trance effect? Do I get your respect? Have I got it, or should I call a vet pet? Vets have cat. You get what I mean? Do you understand me? Am I clear? Enough respect. At the altar of dance, in a psychedelic trance, let us pray. The Laudanum's prayer. Our Father, who is art in heaven, hallowed by the same. For thine is the dinkum, the powder, not the Tory, forever and ever. Amen. Don't be wet. Should I call a vet? On your knees, let us pray. Amen to that cat, or is it ket, for the trance effect? Have I got your respect yet, or should I call a vet cat? Vets have cat. Do you get what I mean? Do you understand me? Am I clear? Enough respect. At the altar of dance, in the psychedelic trance, let us pray. The Laudanum's prayer. Our Father, who is art in heaven, hallowed by the same. For thine is the dinkum, the powder, not the Tory, forever and ever. Amen. Don't be wet, or shake call it fair.
Right, and we're about done for this evening. I'll just finish off by playing a bit of Holy Braille, who will be joining us on the 29th. We'll also have Cynthia's Periscope in Sheffield. So, that was an interesting interview, I think. And anyway, so we'll finish with a bit of Holy Braille. As I say, this is their classic track, Able, which they'll be playing, I'm sure, when we play with them in Gateshead. That's going to be exciting stuff. So right, let's have Able by Holy Braille, and that'll be it for tonight. Bit of a short episode, I know, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. So right, Able by Holy Braille. I've played this before, but it's well worth playing again.